If you are here today, if these words have found you, it is likely that your heart is carrying a weight. Perhaps it's a dream that feels forever out of reach, a prayer that seems to go unanswered, a pain sharp and constant that whispers lies of abandonment in the quiet of the night. You look around and see others moving forward, their lives blossoming while yours feels stuck in an endless winter. And in that solitude, a question begins to form. Does anyone see this struggle? Does anyone hear my silent cries? Today, I am here to tell you with absolute certainty, yes, someone does. The feeling of being overlooked is one of the most profound and isolating pains a human being can experience. It starts subtly, perhaps with a comment in a meeting that goes unacknowledged, or a kindness you extended that was quickly forgotten. But when this feeling deepens and attaches itself to your most significant struggles, the silent tears shed on your pillow, the desperate prayers that seem to hit the ceiling and fall back, the relentless grind of a hardship that no one else appears to know, it can fracture the very foundation of your spirit. It is in these moments, in the crushing quiet of what feels like absolute solitude, that the whisper takes root. Is anyone watching? Does anyone care? Can anyone hear the scream that is tearing me apart from the inside, even as I smile and tell the world I'm fine? This is the lie that pain tells us. It is a lie woven from our limited human perspective. We are creatures who rely on sensory confirmation. We need to see the nod of understanding, feel the comforting hug, hear the words of affirmation. When those tangible signs are absent, our fragile hearts can easily conclude that our reality is absent to others as well. We translate the silence of our surroundings into the silence of the universe. We mistake the inability of people to fully comprehend our inner world for a complete absence of witness. But this could not be further from the truth. The core of our faith, the ultimate solace for the aching heart, rests on two of Allah's most beautiful and encompassing names, asterisk asterisk as semi asterisk asterisk, the All, hearing, and asterisk asterisk al-Basir asterisk asterisk, the All-Seeing. These are not mere titles or distant attributes. They are active, present, and eternal realities. Let us unpack the immense comfort buried within these names. Asterisk asterisk as Sami the All, hearing. Asterisk asterisk, this goes far beyond the physiological act of perceiving sound. When we say Allah is the All, hearing, it means He hears everything simultaneously without confusion, filter, or distortion. He hears the public sermon and the private confession. He hears the joyous laughter of a child and the guttural cry of a person in agony. But most importantly for you, in your moment of despair, He hears the things that never even become sound. He hears the silent scream of your heart when the doctor delivers the difficult news. He hears the unformed, wordless plea that rises from your soul when you are too tired, too broken, to even articulate what you need. He hears the argument you have with yourself in the car, the frantic, internal monologue of fear and doubt. He hears the whisper of your name on the lips of someone praying for you miles away. He hears the gratitude you feel but forget to say, and the regret you voice only in the deepest chambers of your mind. There is not a single sigh, a single gasp, a single whispered Ya Allah that is lost to the wind. Everyone is captured, received, and acknowledged by the All, hearing. Your cry is not echoing in an empty void. It is being received directly into the divine court, with a clarity and completeness that no human ear could ever manage. Asterisk asterisk al-Basir, the all-seeing. Asterisk asterisk similarly, this name transcends simple sight. It is not merely watching from a distance. It is a profound, intimate, and comprehensive seeing. Al-Basir sees the whole picture, the past, the present, and the future, all at once. He sees not only your tear, but the chain of events that led to it. He sees not only your failure, but the strength of character you are building because of it. He sees the injustice done to you and the restraint you show in your response. He sees you forcing that smile for your children when inside you are shattering. He sees the extra hour you put in at work, the unnoticed act of charity, the battle you wage against a destructive impulse and win. He sees the love in your heart that you are too shy to express, and the pain you hide behind a brave face. He sees you reading the same verse of the Quran over and over, seeking solace, even when the words feel dry. He witnesses the slump of your shoulders under the weight of a burden you carry alone. He sees the flicker of hope in your eyes, a small defiant flame that you desperately protect from the winds of your circumstances. You are never, ever lost in a crowd. Your personal drama, your private struggle, is the center of a divine attention so complete and so loving that it makes the attention of the entire world seem like inattention by comparison. This knowledge is not a passive piece of theology. It is the most powerful tool for transforming your experience of hardship. When you internalize the reality of As-Sami and Al-Basir, your entire relationship with struggle shifts. The loneliness that amplifies pain begins to dissolve. You can start to talk to Allah not as a distant, abstract deity, but as the ultimate confidant. You can say, "You see what they did to me. You know the truth they are twisting. You hear the words they are saying about me behind my back. I don't need to prove my case to the world, because you are the ultimate judge." This is what it means to be patient. It is to operate from this place of being seen and heard. It is to have the *yaqeen* certainty that your file is not sitting on a forgotten desk. It is being actively processed by the most wise and most merciful. Your patience, then, becomes a form of communication. It is your way of saying, "Even though I don't see the solution, I trust the one who does. Even though I feel the pain, I believe the one who sees it will deliver the cure." You are partnering your human effort with a divine awareness that is orchestrating a resolution far more perfect than any you could design for yourself. So, the next time the silence feels overwhelming and the darkness feels absolute, remember, you are on the most intimate stage, performing for an audience of one. And that one is not a critic. He is your creator, your protector, and your most loving Lord. He sees your pain, he hears your cry, and his response, in its perfect time and form, is already on its way. Your job is not to scream louder for the world to hear, but to trust with a quiet and sure heart that the one who matters most already has. We have been sold a lie about patience. In the common imagination, patience is a passive, almost weak state of being. It is the image of a person sitting by a window, waiting for the storm to pass, doing nothing but enduring. It is portrayed as resignation, a quiet surrender to circumstances beyond our control, a state of simply grinning and bearing it. This misunderstanding is why so many of us struggle with the concept of sabr. Our spirits rebel against it. We are beings of action, of will, of desire. The thought of passively waiting feels like a betrayal of our very nature, a slow death of our ambitions and our right to strive. But this version of patience is a hollow caricature. The sabr taught by the Quran and exemplified by the prophets is not a state of inaction. It is, in fact, the most dynamic, powerful, and demanding state of the heart a believer can achieve. It is not the opposite of action. It is the very foundation of meaningful, divinely aligned action. To understand true sabr, we must first dismantle the myth of passivity. Passive waiting is devoid of hope. It is a state of despair wrapped in a cloak of stillness. It says, "There is nothing I can do, so I will do nothing." Sabr, in stark contrast, is brimming with a fierce and living hope. It says, while I await the relief that only Allah can provide, there is everything I must do. It is the patience of the farmer. Does the farmer plant his seed and then walk away from his field, passively waiting for the harvest? No, his patience is an active, engaged process. He tends to the soil, he waters the crops, he protects the young shoots from pests and weeds, all the while possessing the firm faith that the ultimate miracle of growth, the transformation of a tiny seed into a field of golden grain, is in the hands of Allah. He cannot force the growth, but He can and must create the conditions for it. This is the essence of active sabr, to strive as if everything depends on you, while trusting as if everything depends on Allah. This active sabr manifests in three profound dimensions, each requiring immense internal effort. The first is the patience of the body and limbs, the patience of action. This is the most visible form of sabr. It is the perseverance of the student who continues to study through fatigue and confusion, trusting that the clarity will come. It is the determination of the person seeking provision, who sends out yet another application, networks with another contact, learns a new skill, all while facing repeated rejection. It is the resilience of the one who has been wronged, who consciously chooses to channel their pain into productive work and acts of kindness, rather than into revenge or bitterness. This sabr is not static. It is a relentless, forward, moving energy. It is the practical implementation of the prophetic tradition to tie your camel, to take all the necessary worldly means, and then to place your trust in Allah. The action itself is an integral part of the patience. The second dimension is the patience of the tongue, the patience of restraint. This is a more subtle, but equally powerful, form of action. It is the active choice to guard your speech. When grief strikes, it is the immense strength required not to complain against Allah's decree, but to voice acceptance and seek His help. When anger flares, it is the conscious effort to swallow a harsh word, to silence a curse, to avoid spreading the poison of your own pain to others. This is not repression. It is a disciplined redirection of energy. You are actively fighting the instinctive reactions of your ego. Every word you withhold in the name of Allah is a victory. Every complaint you transform into a dua is an act of worship. This patience of the tongue is a constant internal jihad, a struggle that no one else may see, but which builds spiritual muscle fiber of incredible strength. The third and deepest dimension is the patience of the heart, the patience of acceptance and trust. This is the ultimate active state. It is not a feeling of numbness or indifference. It is the strenuous, daily, sometimes hourly, effort to align your heart's posture with your faith. It is the work of convincing your soul when it is drowning in doubt to affirm, I know my Lord is wise and merciful. It is the act of dragging your emotions back from the cliff edge of despair and anchoring them to the promise of Allah. When your circumstances scream abandonment, this sabr is the inner voice that whispers, testing. It is the active cultivation of contentment not with the pain itself, but with the one who decreed it. This is the battlefield where the real war is won or lost. It is here that you actively choose to exchange anxiety for peace, fear for security, and sadness for a profound underlying joy that coexists with the temporal pain. You are not waiting for this peace to fall upon you. You are, through remembrance, prayer, and a deliberate focus on Allah's attributes, building it within the storm. This tripartite sabr of the body, the tongue, and the heart is what transforms a believer. It forges a character that is resilient, compassionate, and deeply connected to the divine. You are not a stationary rock being worn down by the waves of hardship. You are a ship, actively steering, adjusting the sails, and pumping out the water, all while navigating towards a destination whose coordinates are held by the most skilled captain. Your patience is the very motion of the journey. It is the energy you expend in staying the course. So when you are commanded to be patient, understand that you are not being told to stop. You are being called to the most intense and meaningful action of all, the action of steadfast faith. You are being instructed to move, to strive, to restrain, to trust, to engage with your trial with every fiber of your being, all the while holding fast to the rope that connects you to the source of all power and all relief. This is the active sabr that turns a trial into a triumph, and a believer into a true servant of the most patient. The promise is deceptively simple, almost too straightforward to be absorbed by a heart entangled in the complex, suffocating vines of a prolonged hardship. Indeed, with hardship there is ease. The verse from Surah Ash-Shar echoes with a divine certainty, a declarative statement that brooks no argument. And yet, when you are in the thick of the struggle, this promise can feel like a theoretical concept, a beautiful idea that belongs to someone else's reality, not yours. The hardship is tangible, a physical pain, an empty bank account, a hollow space in your home where a loved one should be. The ease, however, feels spectral, a ghost of a promise that vanishes when you try to grasp it. The human mind, conditioned by time and sequence, reads the verse and instinctively translates it to, first there will be hardship, asterisk, and then, eventually, after a long and uncertain period, asterisk, there will be ease. We place the hardship and the ease on a linear timeline with a painful, often lengthy, gap of waiting in between. But this is a misreading of a profound spiritual truth. The divine syntax is precise and intentional. It does not say after hardship. It says with hardship. This small preposition makes all the difference in the universe. To understand this is to undergo a fundamental shift in perception, like an optical illusion that suddenly reveals a second, hidden image. The ease is not a distant destination on the far side of your suffering. It is woven directly into the very fabric of the hardship itself. They are two threads intertwined in the same tapestry, present simultaneously. Your struggle is not a monolithic block of pure pain. It is a complex entity that contains within it pockets of relief, moments of grace, and sources of strength that are available to you asterisk, right now asterisk, even in the midst of the storm. The promise is not merely about a future resolution, it is about a present tense reality. The task of the believer is not to wait for the ease to arrive, but to develop the spiritual vision to perceive the ease that is already there, embedded within the trial. So where is this ease when your world is falling apart? It manifests in multifaceted ways if we train ourselves to look. First, and most profoundly, the ease is in asterisk asterisk capacity you are given to endure asterisk asterisk. The very fact that you are still breathing, still fighting, still getting out of bed in the morning to face another difficult day. This is not a given. It is a form of ease. Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. This is another promise. Therefore, the existence of the burden itself is proof of your God, given capacity to carry it. Strength you find for one more hour, the patience you muster for one more interaction, the hope that flickers back to life after a night of despair. These are not your own creations. They are installments of ease, delivered directly to your heart by Al-Muqtadir, the All-Powerful, who enables you to bear what He has decreed. The hardship is the weight, the ease is the supernatural strength in your muscles to lift it. Secondly, the ease is present in the asterisk asterisk, hidden mercies and the protected boundaries asterisk asterisk. In the midst of one great difficulty, consider the countless smaller calamities that have been averted. While you grieve one loss, your other relationships are still intact. While you face a financial crisis, your health may be holding firm. While you battle an illness, your family is being sustained. The trial is often specific and contained, even if it feels all-consuming. Allah, in His mercy, walls off the suffering. He does not, as a rule, unleash all potential forms of suffering upon a person at once. This containment is a form of ease. Furthermore, there are the small everyday mercies, the unexpected phone call from a friend right when you needed it, the sudden moment of peace that descends upon your heart during prayer, the stranger who offers a kind word, the beauty of a sunrise that for a moment makes you forget your pain. These are not random coincidences. They are deliberate, pinpoint injections of ease, strategically placed by a compassionate Lord to ensure your spirit does not break, to remind you that you are not forgotten, that beauty and kindness still exist in your world. Thirdly, the ease is found in the asterisk asterisk transformative power of the struggle itself asterisk asterisk. The hardship is the fire, but the ease is the strength and purity that the fire forges within you. Before the trial, you may have been complacent, taking blessings for granted, distant in your relationship with Allah. The difficulty shatters that complacency. It forces you to your knees. It drives you to the Quran. It makes your prayers sincere and desperate. It burns away superficiality and reveals your core, the person you are becoming through this process, more empathetic, more spiritually aware, more reliant on Allah, more resilient, is a monumental form of ease. You are being upgraded. Your character is being rebuilt on a foundation of tested faith, which is infinitely stronger than the foundation of untested assumption. The ease is not just the removal of the problem. It is the diamond, like soul, you have gained through the pressure. Hardship is the chisel. The ease is the beautiful sculpture emerging from the stone. Therefore, to live the reality of this divine promise is to become a spiritual archaeologist, diligently sifting through the soil of your hardship to uncover the treasures of ease buried within it. It is to actively search for and acknowledge the strength you are given, the protected boundaries of your life, the small mercies and the internal growth. This active recognition is an act of worship in itself. It is the practical implementation of faith. When you do this, you stop seeing yourself as a victim, waiting for a rescue that is far away. You begin to see yourself as a beneficiary of a continuous, present tense system of divine support. The promise of ease with hardship becomes a lived experience, not just a hopeful theory. Your burden does not necessarily feel lighter in a physical sense, but your ability to carry it is transformed because you are no longer carrying it alone, and you are no longer blind to the sustenance that is being provided for the journey. The night is still dark, but you have begun to see the stars, and the knowledge that dawn is not just a future event, but a truth already present in the womb of the night, makes all the difference.